Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my Megapark. This will be the third episode of polishing. I really want to add some more detail to the park. Now, in the past few days, I did find a few moments to work on the park a little bit. So basically, what I did most of the time was just adding lots of plants, shrubs, rocks to the park. So Mackett pointed me to this trick with these Japanese snowball trees. Normally I don't really use them, but when you bury them into the ground they work great as dry grass or shrubs. So I carefully spammed a few hundred of these throughout the park, mostly in the sandy areas. I think it works fantastic. I really love the way they make these areas look. Also especially in the zoo area, I think they really make this path look so nice. I think it's great. So yeah, one of my new favorite items for sure. The thing about these trees is that they're an expansion object. So there's always, with every expansion object, there's always at least one flaw. And the flaw with this item is that it doesn't automatically rotate like other trees do. So when placing it, make sure to rotate it by yourself. I used the Z key. And then we could have some dry grass here. And a little bit here. So yeah, I think they work pretty much everywhere. Just whenever you place these, don't overdo it. But that goes for every Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 object. Anyway, I got some more stuff that I want to do in this episode. The first thing was I was advised by one of my viewers, Sammy, to make a catwalk for this coaster. I think that will make the lift hill look much nicer. So to do that, I will take this, where is it? Multi-dimension roller coaster, and we'll make a downwards chain lift, like so. Maybe I need to place it a little bit lower, but this might work. I don't have to forget to actually put chain lift here. You have to re-enable it for every track piece. Unless you start at the bottom and build backwards, then it stays enabled. But a little bit annoying. I might need to place it a little bit lower to prevent glitching, but actually I think this works well enough. Now let's actually I'll extend it one more. Alright, I think this looks perfect. This really makes the coaster look a little bit more realistic, and I think it looks really nice. So thanks a lot for the tip. Okay, here's another little thing that someone suggested to me. I forgot the name, but if you know you made the remark, then know that I extend my gratitude towards you. So yeah, we have a helipad here, and of course this will look much nicer if there's a helicopter parked on top. So we'll just add a little piece of track here. And we'll test and close the ride. One helicopter is probably enough. Okay, the helicopter is now parked here, and then we make the track invisible. Let's make it a crooked house so it doesn't break down. Well, not that it would when it's closed. And we make it invisible. I think that's a nice little addition to the roof of this mansion. Okay, here we have the beach, and I added some dolphins here in this bay area. I think I also want to have some dolphins in front of the beach here. I think it will be a cool addition, because people will probably be looking at the beach more than any of the other shores of the island. So I think this will also be the best place to put some of these dolphins swimming around, jumping out of the water. Alright, something else this park really needs is a burger cave. Don't ask me why, it just needs to have one. It's something that is going around sort of as a running gag on my server, so I cannot get away with not having one in my Megapark. Well, lucky for us though, there's plenty of locations where we can have one. I think this cliff face right here is an excellent location for a burger cave. Alright, I think that looks really fantastic. So let's move on to the next part. Okay, I've been asking you what to do with Trackitecture Island, and what I am going to do with it is I think it will be cool if we make some warehouses here, and you'll be able to look in them for a bit, and then in shelves you can see all these track pieces which can be used to make all the stuff that I made in the park. So yeah, I'm going for the warehouse idea. But thanks everybody who replied with suggestions for what to do with this island. Okay, I tried cutting off these signs, but it looks like when you do that, the text will only be visible from one angle. So I will just put the text visible from this angle, because this is the angle at which people will be most likely to view these warehouses. But maybe I'll put some trees or some other stuff in front to block this these symbols from one angle. Alright, it looks like the game didn't like that, so I will just remove these pieces with the tile inspector, and then I'll try again. Alright, this is our trackitecture island. Now we still have, I believe we have 3 staff slots remaining. So I think the island will definitely need a security guard to prevent people from stealing our trackitecture. We wouldn't want that to happen. So let's first make an invisible path for the guard to walk on. Okay, I think this is a great addition to the park. This looks much better than how it used to look. And yeah, I think it's funny to actually have the trackitecture still in the park rather than having everything deleted. I think it's a nice quirk. Okay, we still have this bridge over here, these 2 bridges. I want to make them look more pretty, so that's what I'm going to do now. Alright, I think that's a lot nicer already. And there's one last thing that I want to change. That's the station of this coaster, Steel Serpent. I've never really liked it, so I think it's a good moment to remove it and replace it with a new station. And I think I will actually try to let it fit into this area. So I kind of like the colors these buildings have, so I will also try to make another station using these colors. Alright, that's the new station for Steel Serpent. The station is a lot more simple than it used to be, but I think it also fits in the area much better. So yeah, I think this is an improvement over the old station. I didn't really like the old one. Anyway, yeah, that will be enough building for this episode. So just a recap of what we did. I added this catwalk here to the coaster. I added these dolphins here right in front of this beach. I made these bridges here for the railroad and for this path. I put a helicopter here on the helideck. Added a burger cave. And of course I added this big these two warehouses for all the trackitecture on the island. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode. There will be at least one more episode coming up, because there's a trick I really want to do on two of my coasters. So that you'll see that in the next episode. And yeah, that might be the last episode of building. Maybe I'll do one more polishing episode. And yeah, that might be the last one where I actually build on the park. And when I'm done with the park, I want to do at least one episode where you can take a ride on all of the coasters with some relaxing music on the background. But yeah, there will definitely be some more stuff coming up. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.